Hi students, good morning everybody. Today we are going to discuss photoelectric effect. This is from the topic atomic structure of class 11. Before going to that, if you are first time to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and tap the bell icon. Now let us move on to our topic, that is photoelectric effect. So after watching this video, you have a clear idea about this effect and you can also solve some problems based upon this photoelectric effect. So this photoelectric effect is exhibited by mostly electropositive metals. So electropositive metals means the metals which have a tendency of losing electrons. So electropositivity means the tendency of losing electrons is called electropositivity. So the first A group elements belongs to electropositive metals. So the electropositive metals like sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium, all these are highly electropositive elements. So that's why these metals will exhibit this photoelectric effect. So that means these have a tendency of losing electrons. So suppose let us consider a metal. Let us consider a highly electropositive metal. So when a beam of radiation of suitable frequency is made to incident on the surface of the metal, when a beam of radiation of suitable frequency is made to incident on the metal surface, then the electrons will be ejected out in the form of radiation. The electrons will be ejected out in the form of radiation. So here the electrons are present in the outermost orbit of these metals. So these electrons can be easily ejected by the incident radiation. So here we are using the incident radiation of energy E. So the incident energy is utilized mainly in two ways. The first point, to remove the electron from the surface of the metal. So here the electrons are bound with a force. That force is nothing but the attractive force by the nucleus of the metal. So here the electrons are bound by the nuclear attraction of the metals. So that's why in order to remove that electron, we have to use some amount of energy. So the incident energy is mainly used in two ways. The first one is to remove the electron from the surface of the metal. Okay, first one, to remove electron from the metal surface. From the metal surface. So here the electron is bound to the atom with the influence of nucleus. That's why we have to remove this electron by using some amount of energy. So the energy required to remove this electron is called work function. So some amount of work is done to remove that electron. So that's why it is called work function. Okay. So some amount of incident energy is used to remove electron from the surface of the metal, and the remaining energy is used to produce some kinetic energy. Here the electron is ejected and the ejected electron will possess some amount of energy. That means it also possesses some momentum. That means it should have some kinetic energy. So the kinetic energy, so the remaining energy is converted into kinetic energy. Okay, to produce kinetic energy. So the remaining energy is converted to produce kinetic energy. So here the incident energy is utilized in two ways. The first one is to remove electron from the metal surface, and the second one is to produce kinetic energy for the ejected electrons. So suppose if the incident energy is E is equal to, according to law of conservation of energy, the incident energy should be equal to sum of these two. That means the incident energy E is equal to work function, that is W plus kinetic energy Ke. So here capital E is equal to h nu, and this work function can also be written as h nu naught plus kinetic energy means half mv square. So here the work function is nothing but h nu naught, because here h is Planck's constant and nu is the threshold frequency. Here threshold frequency means here in order to eject this electron or in order to remove this electron, we have to use some minimum amount of energy, that is minimum sufficient frequency. that radiation should possess some minimum frequency which is used to eject the electron. So that minimum frequency is called threshold frequency. Okay, so the frequency of incident radiation which can remove the electron from the surface of the metal is called threshold frequency. So nu naught is called threshold frequency and W is called work function. Okay, so this is the expression for photoelectric effect. So here nu naught is called threshold frequency. Threshold frequency. So if the incident radiation have the frequency beyond the threshold frequency, then only this effect takes place. Okay, if the incident radiation have the frequency which is beyond the threshold frequency, then only this effect takes place. If the frequency of incident radiation is less than threshold frequency, the electron cannot be ejected out. Okay, and here are some points regarding this photoelectric effect. We have to remember all these points. So that means here it is. So the number of ejected electrons depends upon the intensity of incident radiation. So here the number of ejected electrons, these ejected electrons are called photoelectrons. Some electrons are ejected, these electrons are called photoelectrons. So the number of ejected electrons is directly proportional to intensity of incident radiation. That means as the intensity of this incident radiation increases, the number of electrons ejected also increases. That means here it is a directly proportionate relationship. And the velocity of the ejected electrons also depends upon the frequency. As the frequency of incident radiation increases, the velocity of ejected electrons also increases. And as the frequency of incident radiation increases, the energy of photoelectrons, these photoelectrons, as the frequency of incident radiation increases, the energy of these photoelectrons also increases. So that's why it is directly proportionate. But here you have to remember one point, the velocity of the ejected electrons depends upon the frequency of incident radiation, but it does not depend upon the intensity of incident radiation. Remember carefully, it does not depend upon the intensity of incident radiation. The velocity of ejected electrons does not depend upon the intensity of incident radiation. So in examinations he asked like this, which of the following is true regarding this photoelectric effect? So then you have to remember all these points. Okay, take a screenshot and remember carefully. And now let us move on to the definition clearly. This one. So when a beam of light of suitable frequency is allowed to strike the metal surface, then the electrons are ejected from the metal surface. This phenomenon is called photoelectric effect and the ejected electrons are called as photoelectrons. So here is the expression, h nu is equal to h nu naught plus half mv square. Okay. So here the incident energy is utilized in two ways. One is to remove the electron from the metal surface, other one is to produce kinetic energy. So that's why the sum of these two should be equal to incident radiation energy. Okay. And next, let us discuss one problem based upon this photoelectric effect. Here it is. So when electromagnetic radiation of wavelength 300 nanometers falls on the surface of metal, the electrons are emitted with kinetic energy of 1.5 into 10 power 5 joules per mole. So what is the minimum energy needed to remove an electron from the metal? Minimum amount of energy required to remove an electron from the metal surface. He asked to calculate the energy required to remove an electron. So now let us note down the data. So electromagnetic radiation of wavelength 300 nanometers, that means lambda is equal to 300 nanometers, falls on the metal surface and electrons are emitted with kinetic energy. So kinetic energy of ejected electrons, kinetic energy of ejected electrons is equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power of 5 joules per mole. Here it is in joules, that means it is in MKS system. So you have to convert all the units into MKS system. So remember carefully. So in MKS system, the units of energy are joules. So if it is in CGS system, it is in ergs. So okay, here it is for joules per mole. It is for 1 mole only. So here it is for 1 mole, but we are supposed to calculate for 1 electron. So that means the kinetic energy of ejected electron, only for one electron, kinetic energy for one electron is equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power of 5 upon Avogadro's number. So for 1 mole means it is for Avogadro number of ions. Sorry, here it is molecules means for electrons. For 1 mole of electrons, the kinetic energy will be this one. For 1 electron, the kinetic energy will be this one, 1.5 into 10 power 5 by n. That means 1.5 into 10 to the power of 5 by 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23. So upon simplification, we get that is 2.49 into 10 to the power of minus 19. So here it is kinetic energy for 1 electron. And now what is the minimum energy needed to remove electron? So minimum energy means here we have to consider this one, h nu naught. This minimum energy needed to remove electron means that is work function. So here we have to calculate work function, that is work function W equal to how much. So that's why h nu is equal to, here I am writing h nu is equal to h nu naught plus half mv square. So here h nu means energy of incident radiation. So what is the energy of incident radiation? E is equal to h nu, that equal to hc by lambda. Here h means Planck's constant, that is 6.625 into 10 to the power of minus 34. Here we have to consider in joules only. Okay, here we have to consider in joules. 10 power minus 34 into, in MKS system, velocity of light is 3 into 10 power 8 upon, here he gave lambda 300 nanometers, means 300 into 10 power minus 9 meters. Okay, in MKS system 10 power 9 meters. So upon simplification, we get, here it will be, so it will be cancelled 3 upon 3 and 100 means into 10 square means 10 power minus 7, 10 power minus 7, 10 power minus 7 plus 8, that means 10 power plus 7 and 15. So this will become 10 power minus 19, minus 34 plus 15, 10 power minus 19 and 6.625 into 10 power minus 19. Okay, so the energy will be 6.625 into 10 power minus 19. So now substitute these values. So 6.625 into 10 power of minus 19 is equal to h nu naught plus half mv square means kinetic energy for 1 electron. So here kinetic energy for 1 electron is 2.49 into 10 to the power of minus 19. So therefore h nu naught is equal to how much? So 6.625 into 10 to the power of minus 19 minus 2.49 into 10 to the power of minus 19. So that is 4.13 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules. Here it is joules, h nu naught. So here it is the work function, 4.13 into 10 power minus 19 joules. So this is the answer. So here you have to remember one point. Here he asked to calculate the energy needed to eject only one electron, but here the kinetic energy is for 1 mole. So that mole can be converted into 1 electron. So the kinetic energy of 1 electron, we have to calculate first the kinetic energy of 1 electron. So the kinetic energy of 1 mole of electron is this much, but the kinetic energy of 1 electron is this much. So you have to substitute this kinetic energy here, that is for 1 electron. Okay, so in this way, basing on this formula, you can calculate any problem, you can calculate anything. So you can solve any problem based upon this concept. Okay, thank you. Like the session, share the session and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and don't forget to tap the bell icon. Thank you.